Folks, we have reached the end of 2024, and that means another top 5 DC Multiverse figure list. This was quite an easy list for me to put together because I actually did not buy as many figures this year as I have in years before. I was a little more choosy and a little more focused. So here is number 5. Catwoman from The Dark Knight Rises. She goes with a collection I've already started, which is the Dark Knight Trilogy collection. And she was kind of a twofer because you got her along with a vehicle, which is the Bat Pod, which really works out. So, a really good figure. I like the movable kind of goggles on her head. And I like the Bat Pod itself, even though I usually keep Batman posed on top of it. I just find him that he actually works better on top of it. Plus, it's his Bat Pod, really. But I wish when she came out in a later version with more accessories, and I like that better, actually. Number 4, Mr. Zsasz. So, as a huge Norm Brayfogle fan, I really like Mr. Zsasz. It was a really cool figure that came out. I did not actually get the Norm Brayfogle Batman that came out. I'm just overblown with Batmans at this point. So, but I am looking for any other villains that come out like Scarface and Ventriloquist. But the Zsasz hit the right spot for me. He looked like he did back in the last Arkham and all those, as I went over that in another video. But this is a figure and the look of this villain that I was looking for. I think some people might have been looking for him to be a little different, but he was fine for me. Number 3, Lucius Fox. Again, another Dark Knight Trilogy figure. If you're a big fan of that movie series, you're probably like me, and you want any of the characters that they will make. So I'm looking for any of those characters. Plus, it's a Morgan Freeman figure, and how cool is that to have in your collection? I like that he came with the cell phone in his hand, which is a kind of neat send up to I feel like the moment when he leaves the phone with that Tokyo businessman. So pretty cool. I can't remember his name right now. I should have looked it up. But anyway, he's a really cool figure, and I'm looking forward to getting an Alfred and a Jim Gordon. Number 2. Oh, this Two-Face. I've talked about him several times. I am not a huge fan of Batman Forever. I know a lot of people out there are of a certain age, and especially my age group. A lot of people love Batman Forever. It's not one of my favorites. However, I do love the designs, and I really like Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face. He's over the top in the role, but I'm a huge Tommy Lee Jones fan. So just like with Morgan Freeman, having a Tommy Lee Jones action figure on my shelf is just a lot of fun. And this color scheme, I feel like really goes with my movie shelf. It really works, and I'm able to put a weapon from my deluxe accessory pack with him that works with him, even though I felt like it should have came with him in the first place. So this is my number 2, Two-Face. Honorable mentions, Catman. Catman, I know he's not a big deal to a lot of people. I remember him in a lot of 90s comics. He usually ends stories with Catwoman, and I feel like that he kind of didn't get his due, but I know there's some YouTubers that are trying to do something with him now that he's in public domain. But I think he's really cool, and I love this fabric cape that came along with him. It's just I feel like more of the cape figures should use this. I know the posable cape is nice, but I think the fabric cape is like a nice throwback to the capes that were on our figures as kids. I like the knives kind of hidden in his belt, but he's a really cool figure. Mine has a little deal over here with his left arm. I cannot get it fixed. I've tried to pull it off. My other honorable mention is Nightwing from the Nightfall series. I like his little disc that he would have had, and I think Nightfall, Night's End in that era, but this is what Nightwing looked like in 92, 93. 94, right around then. So he looks right to me. I just wish the yellow went all the way around like it should. It breaks up a little too much for me, but I mean, I feel like with the sculpting and with the painting, they have to make these artistic choices sometimes, and for what's going to make sense as an action figure. And just, I know he's not DC Multiverse, but this Alfred, very happy to have him in my retro collection now. He comes with a red bat phone. How do you beat that? I don't know. But get yourself an Alfred if you need one there. And finally, number 1, you know what it is. First appearance, Batman. This figure, I've had a lot of fun with it, making videos with it. I really do like the cape for this one. This is a time when this cape is really effective, and also just all of the different things that work for this Batman. I like the purple gloves, like the different version of the figure that had the blue gloves, like the added wrench. I thought it was a nice touch. And I just feel like this figure with the bent in ears, the way the belt is bright, the way the symbol is a little bit small, just the heroic stances you can do with him, the way you can have the cape flow behind him. I think that this works as a first appearance Batman. So those are my top 5 for 2024. Catwoman, Lucius Fox, Two-Face, Tommy Lee Jones, Mr. Zsasz, and first appearance Batman. And my honorable mentions, Catman and Nightwing, of course. There were a few others I liked but didn't make the cut. Let me know in the comments what your top 5 DC Multiverse figures were this year, and if you just did or did not agree with my list. I'm hoping this time next year I can be talking about Jack Nicholson Joker, Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, Danny DeVito Penguin, Commissioner Gordon, and Alfred from the Dark Knight trilogy. I'd like to round out some of those movie figures. I hope you have a terrific holiday, terrific Christmas, and a wonderful new year. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you've subscribed, I appreciate it. If you haven't, why don't you think about it? And I will talk to you very soon. Thank you very much. See ya.
I woke up in a new Bugatti.